morning, dear hearts, and congratulations because we're starting review number 3, and please subscribe. So we start every review with the wonderful introduction that we are given before we go into the review, and it has wonderful information, and I know some in the past who would always just skip over the introduction. Some would even skip over the review sessions and just wait to go into new lessons, but it's very important. This course has been laid out, the curriculum has been given to us from a mind that really knows what it is that we need in order to shift and change our thought system from the one we have been using to the one that will be more beneficial to us. And yes, it's 180 degrees different from how we have thought and how we have been living our lives up until now. So here we have the introduction, and the format for this review is going to be 2 lessons, 2 of our recent lessons each day. One for the morning, one for the evening to do our full 5 minutes for each one. And then the hour and the half hour to at least repeat the title of the lesson. Now, the introduction starts out by going, that we understand that it might be impossible for you to undertake what is suggested here as optimal each day and every hour of the day. But it says learning isn't hampered when we miss a practice period because it's impossible at that appointed time, okay? And we don't need to make up the ones that we have missed. The difference is, are we missing the practicing because life is busy, we are at work, we are on a conference call, we're doing something at a doctor's appointment, and it just isn't possible for us to do that review lesson with a reminder on the hour and the half hour. We understand that. The one who has given us this course understands that. But if we are not doing the practicing because of unwillingness, that's a whole different thing. So learning will be hampered if we skip a practice period because we are unwilling to devote the time that is asked us to give. Do not deceive yourself. Unwillingness can be most carefully concealed behind a cloak of situations you cannot control. Learn to distinguish the situations that are poorly suited to your practicing from those that you establish to uphold as a camouflage for the unwillingness. The other thing is when we are practicing, this isn't in the introduction, but when we are practicing, our unwillingness can simply be because we are resistant to doing this practicing, or are we addressing and going into our practicing of our review? Are we doing it joyfully? Because that really is going to give us a good indication of how successful we're going to be. So the practice periods that we've lost because we don't want to do them, and for whatever reason it tells us, should be done as soon as you have changed your mind about the goal. You are unwilling to cooperate in practicing salvation only if it interferes with goals that you hold more dear. We can go back to lesson 2. Remember that I've given everything I see in this room, whatever, all the meaning that it has for me. I have given everything around me all the meaning it has for me. And am I seeing my salvation, my freedom, my happiness, my joy in those things rather than in the wisdom that I'm being offered from the mind of God? Which is it? Those things around me that I've given the meaning to, they are never going to bring me the happiness and the joy that I choose to have. So, but as long as I keep them as idols, then I will go to them. When I have changed my mind and have the realization that they're not going to help me to accomplish what it is I truly want, now I've changed my mind because I've seen something truly, and now I can go back to practicing. The format is for the 2 lessons, 5 minutes in the morning for one of the lessons and 5 minutes in the evening, as close to bedtime as possible. I've said in the past, try to do one as soon as you open your eyes, maybe before your head has been lifted off the pillow, and do the second one before your head goes down onto that same pillow, so that we have like bookends for our practicing, beginning of the day and at the end of our day. Place the ideas within your mind and then use them as it chooses, as our mind chooses. Give it faith that you will use them wisely, being helped in this decision by the one who gave the thoughts to us. We are practicing and we are being guided by our elder brother and of course by the Holy Spirit, who is and always has been our teacher. One of the things that this introduction says, I'm going to skip to paragraph 11 but then go back again. It says, if you're shaken about these practicing, think about it again. These practice periods are planned to help you form the habit of applying what you learn each day to everything you do. Back in lesson 95, we had this great line telling us that you often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for the day, and you've not yet formed the habit using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. That's what we need to get to. We have to come and start to use these lessons as our response to whatever it is that tempts us to buy into and have ego-based ideas within our mind. We have been given these lessons to use them. There is wisdom in these lessons. There is now wisdom in our mind that we can use for our practicing. So when we go into those 5 minutes and we first say the title of the lesson, and then of course we're given a few lines to use, but go into your mind. Your mind is not wholly untrained now at this point in your spiritual journey, your path. So try to go into a space of, as it says, perfect trust, that words will come to you, messages will come to you, and they will be given to us indeed by the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit has chosen the means for our salvation, and since it has His trust, His means must surely merit yours as well. He will give to us what we need, and we will receive it and give it back. This is giving and receiving, one in truth. And then it says, we emphasize the benefits to you if you devote the first 5 minutes of the day to your reviews. In paragraph 9, it says the exercises to be done throughout the day are equally important and perhaps even of greater value. You have been inclined to practice only at appointed times and then go on your way to other things without applying what you learned to them. As a result, you have gained little reinforcement. Back to lesson 95, that we've not yet formed the habit of using these ideas as an automatic response. We need more reinforcement, and if we learn to go to the lesson immediately, we will be reinforcing our spiritual muscle. We will be making and increasing the strength in that muscle that we have been given, so that we can go through and see this world differently, not as it is, but as it was meant to be seen. So in the reviews, we stress the need to let your learning not lie idly by between longer practice periods. Attempt to give your daily 2 ideas a brief but serious review each hour. Use one on the hour, one on the half hour, and we only need to do that for just a moment. Paragraph 12 in our introduction says, each day's review assignments will conclude with a restatement of the thought to use each hour and the one to be applied on the half hour as well. Forget them not. This second chance with each of these ideas will bring such large advances that we will come out of these reviews with learning gains so great that we will continue on more solid ground with firmer footsteps, and with stronger faith we will be coming ever closer to our home that we never really left. And then in paragraph 13, because this is wonderful 4 lines, do not forget how little you have learned. Do not forget how much you can learn now, and do not forget your Father's need for you as you review these thoughts he gave you. We have learned. We have not learned everything. It is going through the workbook is not a one and done, I will tell you that. And every time you go through the workbook, you will gain more and more of this information, and that spiritual muscle will get greater and greater, and you will be happier and happier. So we have learned, we haven't learned everything. We are on this journey without distance to a goal that has never changed. Our 2 lessons for our review today. Miracles are seen in light. Miracles are seen in light. Light and strength are one. Now, last year I was weaving from the first 50 lessons or so into the review lessons because it all is cohesive. So miracles are seen in light can very much be woven into lesson 44, that God is the light in which I see. I cannot see the miracles unless there is light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind and let me see the innocence within, the innocence that's within me, and of course, the innocence that is dearly and completely within you as well. Miracles are seen in light and strength are one. That's our second review lesson. That's on the half hour. And we can blend that to lesson 42. God is my strength. Vision is his gift to me. Miracles are seen in light and strength are one. I see through strength, the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark. My weakness is the dark that his gift dispels by giving me his strength to take its place. So on the hour, miracles are seen in light. On the half hour, miracles are seen in light and strength are one. Isabella is fully bloomed and starting her waning process. So this has been her rebirth, and with any luck, there will be another rebirth in 12 months or so. But I wanted to point that out, that I wanted to be sure that her beauty is noticed. To me, it's amazing. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope this helped. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile. Look how far you've come. Look how far we've come. 3rd review, woohoo! And realize that this is your personal journey that you are taking, and I'm just here with you, and I'm honored to be here with you. So smile and breathe and be so happy, and please be here tomorrow. Namaste.